Another day means another video and another chance, another opportunity to cover your guys' comments and feature them in this video. There is a lot going on in Fortnite and even more to come, but now let's take a moment to look at your comments from the last video. Reminder, if you want a chance to be featured in the next one, be sure to leave your hottest takes in the comments below. In reference to the reality tree being connected to the 0 point, Sky Ash says, didn't Neo Tilted also use the power of the 0 point? Yes, it did. Back in Chapter 1, Season 9 with Neo Tilted, the 0 point was attached directly to the city, most likely powering it up. As it turns out, Neo Tilted was an incredibly important POI to the story that season, as it housed the Singularity Blade, which the robot used to defeat the Caddis the first time around the mech was in an event. Could there be any similar significance with the reality tree being connected in a very similar way to the 0 point? Who knows, but the sheer fact that they are connected certainly means something, and I hope we can figure it out soon. Next up, we have EO, who says, this is a theory I've had for a while. What if this season is basically a successful version of Chapter 2 Season 6? During that season, the 0 point bloomed, but it was rushed and urgent, a crisis, you could say. And so the bloom withered away, and the season following brought a dead black tree, aka the Spire, and a life that was hostile and wild. Now the bloom is not nearly as urgent, and therefore the 0 point can take its time, resulting in a lively pink tree and calm, docile life. That is a really good explanation, and in my opinion, really likely. The very first time the 0 point bloomed was in Chapter 2 Season 6. That was in a situation in which the Foundation forced the 0 point to bloom based on impending danger. As a result, it's not really what you would expect from a bloom, but maybe this time around, now that it's a little more natural, or at least they're letting some time pass, that might exactly be what this is. When anything, plants included have more time to grow, they ultimately result in more prosperous and more blooming, aka pretty, plants. Next up, we have my favorite cheese in the whole world, Cheddar, who says, guys, what if Reality Falls doesn't mean waterfalls? Although there is a waterfall at Reality Falls, the main attraction there is the reality tree, which again is connected to the 0 point and seems to have pretty good authority over the island right now. What if we were to take the name of this POI quite literally, no questions asked, Reality Falls? We just finished staving off the end of reality last season, but again, there's no way a full season would be as calm as the season that we're having now, and if it's being especially peaceful in the beginning, it's gonna have to make up for it in the end, at least that's what I think. Next up, we have Tamcat6987. If you go to Stormfarer's description from the Battle Pass, it says he wants total control of the storm. I would like to hear your theory on this. Keep up the good work, Dr. P. You keep up the good work, Tamcat. Thanks for your comment. So yeah, if you go and look at Stormfarer's description, by the way, this is a skin in the Chapter 3 Season 3 Battle Pass. It says, a martial arts expert seeking total control of the storm. The last time somebody really sought control of the storm, at least in a way in which I'm thinking this guy might be, was Midas, right back in the Chapter 2 Season 2 event with the device and him attempting to push back the storm. It remains to be seen ultimately whether or not this character in the Battle Pass is going to have a major impact or even any impact at all really on the season. But if we make it deeper into the season and this guy starts to become more and more apparent, we all should pay very close attention to his description, as it could easily tell us what's to come. Next up, we have Imagined Purple, who says, Dr. P, I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but if you go to exactly 9:33 on Fortnite's post of the Chapter 2 Season 3 event on their channel, you can see Huntmaster Saber and Gunner both fall into the 0 point. Specifically, Huntmaster Saber is on top and Gunner is the one on the bottom. Not sure if they're alive or not, but I assume we'll see them again in the future, either with Dr. Sloan if she's alive and returns, or with Jano or something. Maybe they'll be rogue the next time we see them, but who knows. Yeah, so I have zero idea what exactly it means for the future of the game, but with that said, incredibly good eye. At 9:33 in the Fortnite video of the Chapter 3 Season 2 live event, you can definitely see Huntmaster Saber and Gunner falling directly into the 0 point. I did not notice this when the event was going on live, nor I bet did any of you for the most part, but it is something that happened that you can clearly see portrayed in Fortnite's official version of this event. I wonder if it was intentional for them to be standing at this exact angle to be able to capture those two falling. Next up, we have BB Dude, who says, okay, so for the end of season event, I feel like the tree will slowly turn the whole map to the reality biome, and the scientist will warn everyone, but they don't believe him, and then the Balloon Watcher will be revealed to be evil, and everyone will flee to the Ice Moon or something like that. The reality tree is definitely going to be making some major changes across the map this season. I don't think there's any question about that. However, I do not think the scientist would be the one to not believe anybody, especially considering last season was all about everyone trying to forgive the paradigm. Also, it's definitely not guaranteed that we're having an event this season. I don't know if we're ready for this conversation because the events are the single best thing about Fortnite. But if you look at the history of the game the last couple seasons, last season, Chapter 3 Season 2, yes. Chapter 3 Season 1, no. Chapter 2 Season 8, yes. Chapter 2 Season 7, yes. Lately, they've done a pretty good job about having events be as often as possible, and we could very well get one. Kind of just depends on the way the season plays out and how serious the storyline gets. But we could definitely not see an event this season. It really just depends. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to stop back by. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Click on to the next video to keep the party rolling, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.